I know we just met, but I'm going to make a couple confessions. First one is that I almost always pee sitting down. Unless I'm using a public restroom or visiting my ex-wife's grave. Go ahead, clap. It was good. I started watching porn when I was only 5 or 6 years old. I know that sounds messed up, but before you judge me, keep in mind that watching porn at that young of an age is some of the best memories I have spending time with my father. I can tell you're laughing behind your face. That's okay. Be brave, it's a comedy club. A friend of mine has this silly habit of hanging up on people when she gets flustered or doesn't know what to say. Usually it wouldn't be that big a deal, but she works as a suicide counselor. And I used to work as a suicide counselor, but apparently they do record phone calls for quality and training purposes. One time I got caught telling the caller, "This better be important." A friend of mine has severe type 2 diabetes. His weight's gotten out of control. It's at the point where he has to have surgery where he loses weight really quickly. What's it called? Amputation. He's getting his left leg cut off next week. Guys aren't time delay back there. So I've been going through a bit of a rough time lately, so I'm glad to get out and have fun like this. About a month ago, a family member that was staying with us died suddenly. The funeral home wanted several $100s just to pick him up. So I got him an Uber instead. Then a couple of weeks ago, I was there with my neighbor when he died. Unfortunately, I didn't see him as I was backing out of the driveway. Looking back, I wish I was looking back. Or if nothing else, I wish I had one of those fancy backup cameras so I could have seen him. And the look on his face when he realized it was too late to get out of the way. But it gets worse. This morning I hit a dog with my car. Yeah, I felt bad too, the car I just bought this weekend. But thankfully I was able to leave a note for the family, letting them know that the dog didn't suffer, that he had died right away. Just wish I could say the same about the little boy that was walking him. You're getting there. What else we want to joke about? Death. So I talked about suicide. Anyhow, I was at the grocery store one time, and I needed some Sudafed, so I stopped at the pharmacy. And the pharmacist asked if I wanted brand or generic, so is it going to affect the quality of the meth I'm trying to make? I once gave a memory foam pillow to an aunt with Alzheimer's. Ironically, she forgot to take the plastic off, and she suffocated on it. Now, it's hard to believe anything good could come from something like that. But because she never took the plastic off, I was able to return it for a full refund. All these years later, I remember how exciting it was to get my first bike. Now, some kids might have freaked out knowing the boy who'd owned the bike before them had died. Not me. I didn't like my brother that much anyway. Holy shit, I like that. Usually like a god, it's like a revolution here. But anyhow, a friend of mine for the longest time would say the last thing he would ever do would be jump out of an airplane. Turned out he was right. I used to coach a kids' wheelchair basketball team. But I was forced to quit over something I said. During a game, a player got hurt. I said, "Hey, walk it off." It's always been upsetting to me when I hear kids crying at the mall. I think the reason why it bothers me so much is because I know it's going to be that much tougher to get them into my van. Okay, you're all cool with pedo jokes. Nice. We're still going to push the line a little bit, but hang on. I'm sure many of you remember that ugly incident at the Mall of America a few years ago where someone dropped a kid from the top level of the mall to the ground below. Yeah. Well, someone started a GoFundMe campaign for the victim and his family. Raised more than $1 million. You kidding me? For that kind of money, I'm dropping all 3 of my kids. Heck, I'll push my wife over just for fun. And I say that even though we've been married a long time, and I can honestly say I'm happy with my sex life. If for no other reason, because I enjoy the time alone. Actually, we're animals in the bedroom. We have what I like to call grizzly bear sex. That's when she just lays there and pretends to be dead in the hopes I leave her alone and quickly go away. These days we have 3 grown children, and if I could do anything differently, I wish we would have raised them cage-free. And they were little, I used to play a silly game with them. It was called Who Would You Adopt, Who Would You Abandon, Who Would You Abort? I like you guys. I haven't even gotten to the dark stuff yet. But we all know parents shouldn't play favorites, but my own mom and dad would say things like, why can't you be more like your twin brother? He died in utero. Doctor said he was accidentally strangled by his umbilical cord. Trust me, I was there. Not an accident. I was watching Animal Planet the other day. Apparently male ladybugs can have sex with a dead female partner for up to 4 hours before realizing anything is wrong. Boy, if I had a nickel. Back in the day, I asked 5 girls to prom. They all said no. Not gonna lie, you go through something like that, makes you question if you want to be a teacher anymore or not. Asked another girl out. She said she'd rather be dead than be seen with me. She made her choice. Thank you, that's my time. All right.